It is one of the most expensive spices in the world, third only to saffron and vanilla.
Known as the queen of spices, cardamom adds a unique aroma to everything from your morning chai to gourmet desserts.
But before it reaches your kitchen cabinet, this spice undergoes a labor-intensive journey. You might use just 1 or 2 pods a day, but the global demand for this green gold is measured in thousands of tons.
Today, we are going inside the cardamom industry to see exactly how it is grown, harvested, and processed.
In this video, we will track the entire life cycle of the cardamom pod.
We'll see the difficult manual harvest, the critical drying process, and the technology used to grade the finest quality pods.
And stews. This is a trade that supports millions of farmers and drives the economy of entire regions.
It requires patience, precision, and a perfect climate to produce a spice of this caliber.
Let's step into the shade of the forest and see where the journey begins.
Cardamom is a tropical plant that thrives in the shade, usually growing beneath the canopy of taller forest trees. The soil here must be rich in organic matter, and the altitude typically ranges from 600 to 1,200 meters above sea level.
Heavy rainfall is essential. These plants need constant moisture but cannot survive in stagnant water.
Unlike many fruits that grow on branches, cardamom pods grow at the base of the plant on long, trailing stems called panicles.
Before we get the spice, we get the flower. These beautiful white and purple blossoms are the first sign of a future harvest.
Pollination is often done by bees, a crucial natural partner in the farming process.
Once pollinated, the flower drops, and a tiny green fruit begins to develop.
It takes about 3 years for a newly planted cardamom bush to start bearing economic yields.
Farmers must constantly monitor the plants for pests and fungal diseases, which can thrive in this humid environment. Nutrient management is key. Many high-end farms use organic compost to maintain the soil's fertility.
After flowering, it takes another 100 to 120 days for the fruit to reach full maturity.
Timing is everything. If harvested too early, the pods will shrivel. Too late, and they might split open.
When the season is right, usually starting in late summer, the harvest begins.
Cardamom harvesting is extremely labor-intensive because it cannot be done by machines.
Workers must selectively pick only the ripe pods, leaving the immature ones for the next round.
This means the same plant must be visited multiple times throughout the harvest season.
The work is physically demanding, involving long hours bending over in humid, leech-infested forests.
Once a basket is full, it can weigh up to 20 kilograms, which the worker carries back to the collection point.
Fresh cardamom contains a lot of moisture. About 80% of its weight is water at this stage.
The raw harvest is transported from the remote hills down to the processing facilities, often known as curing houses.
Here, the transformation from a raw fruit to a dry spice begins. Excess surface water is allowed to drip off before the critical curing process begins. This brings us to the most important part of cardamom production: curing. Temperature control is a science here. It usually starts lower, around 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. Hot air is circulated through the racks. If it's too hot, the green color will fade to brown, ruining the value.
The operator monitors the chamber constantly. The entire process can take between 18 to 24 hours.
Towards the end of the cycle, the temperature is slightly raised to ensure the core of the pod is dry. A successful cure results in a pod that is dry and hard,
but retains its lush green appearance.
Once the time is up, the chambers are opened, and the hot, aromatic air rushes out.
The trays are removed, and the cardamom is allowed to cool down to room temperature immediately.
Inside the dried husk, the seeds have turned into hard, black pearls, rich in essential oils.
But the pods still look a bit rough. They have dried flower tails and uneven surfaces. So, the next step is polishing and cleaning to make them market ready.
The dried pods are fed into a polishing machine. This machine uses friction to rub the pods against each other.
It also gives the pod a smooth, shiny texture, which is highly desired by buyers.
Now clean and shiny, the cardamom flows to the grading section. Size matters in the cardamom trade. Larger pods command a significantly higher price.
The pods pass through a series of vibrating sieves with holes of different millimeter sizes.
The largest pods, often called extra bold, are destined for premium export markets.
Smaller pods are still flavorful, but are often sold for grinding into spice mixes.
The result is a stream of perfectly uniform, vibrant green cardamom ready for the world. But before packaging, quality control experts step in.
They test for moisture content again to ensure no mold can grow during shipping.
Once approved, the cardamom is moved to the packaging line.
To preserve the color and fresh aroma, cardamom is often vacuum-packed or nitrogen-flushed.
This removes oxygen, preventing the green color from fading during long ocean voyages. These packs are then boxed up, labeled, and stacked on pallets.
From the warehouse, these pallets are loaded into shipping containers.
The spice travels from the remote hills to ports, destined for the Middle East, Europe, and the Americas.
It ends up in Scandinavian pastries, Indian curries, and traditional Middle Eastern coffee.
Chefs around the world prize it for that intense, eucalyptus-like fragrance.
What started as a tiny flower in a humid forest has traveled thousands of miles to reach your plate. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of spices, make sure to like and subscribe for more factory documentaries. Next time you smell that distinct aroma, you'll know the incredible effort behind every single pod.